Listening to the PipeBomb Podcast with James, Nick, Gigi, Josh, Sam, and Tom. Ring the bell.
Answer, bitch.
Hello.
What's up, bitch?
Not much, ho.
What's new? What's new in the hood?
Not too much, actually. I still have a couple days off from school, so I'm just enjoying it. Mitch and I went for a walk today. Oh, it's just been nice.
You guys are chilling.
Yeah, just chilling. Wrestling was pretty good last night, to be honest.
Yeah, it's been good for a good time though.
Yeah, I know. I hear.
3.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the PipeBomb Podcast. I am Nick, and today, people, I am joined by Jimmy Vibes. How you doing?
I love how you say that, Jimmy Vibes.
Jimmy Vibes. I just feel like you're smoking a big blunt when I say that name.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love it. Gigi said I sound like a vibrator, like it's like a vibrator that they sell at the stores.
Oh, girl.
You know my Gigi, she's always coming for me.
She was coming for both of us before we even started the show.
I know, that little bitch.
Yeah, thank you everybody for joining us for another episode. We've just been slaying it. We've been appreciating all the support that we've been having on Twitter and YouTube as of late. And I just want to give a couple shout outs to a couple of our really loyal listeners that we've had. Richard Kelly, he comments on every single episode. Even when we had a little bit of that dry spell, when we had like 1 or 2 people, he's always been there from the beginning. Love how you always give us support on every single episode. Isaac Gore, he's another one. He's just always commenting. He's been with us from the very beginning. Fearless Nick is another one too. I'm just going through some of our messages.
Oh, we have a new one. We have a new subscriber who I want to give a little shout out to.
Oh, who?
He's so cute. He messages me on Twitter, and he's like that. He's so happy every time he sees that we posted up a video and blah blah blah. He gets all excited. Hold on, I gotta pull up his name.
Okay, well, while you look for that, I'll keep going through. So I said Fearless Nick, Wrestling Fan 786 is always real fun too. BJC Battles always gives us like full on paragraphs, which I love reading. Special K Reviews Wrestling as well. He's another one that always comments. He or she. Yeah, we had a couple like new listeners kind of go down in the comments, which I definitely suggest for all you listeners. If you have just listened to it and you don't have a YouTube account, make one. Contact with us and like interact with us because we're so much fun. So Random Kid was another one. People's Champion was another one. Like we had so many interactions. Gary Clark is one that always enjoys our videos too. So just a couple shout outs to all those.
And we have one, his name is Matthew, and his Twitter name is at KingGreen881. He's so cute. He's a young kid. But he gets really excited when we post out our podcast. So I thank you for the support. He's a new subscriber. And we also have some new girl. I forget her name. She says
we got a new girl.
I forget her name. Sorry, girl. But I know you know who you are. And Dope Queef. You guys... Queef.
Dope Queef?
Queef. You know why I always say Queef when I see his name or I want to mention when we shout out the listeners or whatever? There's this kid named Chris, and my friends call him Queef, like the pussy fart.
Yeah, I know.
So every time I see Dope Queef, I want to say Dope Queef. It's so vile and ratchet. And he's another one. I love him. He's awesome.
Oh yeah, he's such a great supporter and advocate on us on Twitter too. So another thing too, listeners, if you don't follow us on Twitter, follow us on our official handler at _RealPipeBomb. We have gifts of the day. We have the power rankings, which our women have been so generous as of late, giving us retweets and responses. Nia Jax, Dana Brooks, several other ones. So
did you see that little trend that we started with Eva Marie and Nia Jax?
I've seen that today on Eva's Instagram.
Yeah, Eva posted on Instagram and Nia did it too.
Oh, I didn't see Nia doing it.
Yes, queen. Because last week for Tuesday, we had our Tag Team Tuesday on our Twitter account. You guys would know if you followed. And Nia Jax retweeted it. So this Tuesday, her and Eva Marie were all about Tag Team Tuesday, thanks to TPP. See, look at us.
Look at
Setting
us. You know
trends,
what?
bitch.
The power duo of Eva and Naya, I feel like they do listen to TPP. Because, I mean, originally when they first came together, Eva retweets very solely, so there's only a couple retweets. And she retweeted one of ours when we mentioned TPP. She listened to TPP's idea. So it's like, girl.
Yeah, so we know they listen. Definitely Naya and Dana. I don't know about Dana so much. Dana's been busy lately, girl. My girl has been busy. That's why I caught her some slack with the retweets and stuff like that. Because she's been busy. She's on the road. But I feel like once she adjusts and she gets comfortable with what she's doing, I think she'll be right back at it. Because she knows that we love her down here in TPP. Don't forget about the little people, Dana.
Yes, Dana, we've been a supporter. You've loved us.
I love her. So.
Me too. We'll definitely get into her in a little bit. Other than that, subscribers, definitely smash that like button because we've been just hitting those like buttons and we've been getting up to what I think we had like 15, 16 likes next time. So just keep that going. I want to get to that trend when we were up to 30 again.
Yes.
And thank you to all of our new subscribers, like you mentioned earlier. We're up to 257, which is awesome. Our goal by the end of the summer is 300, and I know you guys could do it. So if you guys know any other wrestling fans out there that want to listen to a podcast that's a little shady, send them over to TPP.
I know. Tell your internet wrestling fans, what is it? The internet wrestling community. I know all of us on the internet. We all have wrestling friends that are all on the internet, just like we do on TPP. Tell your friends about it. Tell them.
Exactly. But yeah. Let's get into it. I have an announcement. I'll leave that to the end of the show.
You have an announcement? Are you pregnant?
Yeah, Mitchie and I are expecting.
Oh my God. Am I the madrina? Am I the godmother?
Bitch, yeah, right.
What do you mean? What's wrong with you?
You think I'd pick you out of the TPP crew?
Why not? You tried it, bitch. You fucking tried it. Why not? You are gonna be so fucked up if you pick somebody else over me, like Gigi. Bitch,
I would never pick Gigi.
I have 4 nieces and nephews, and I love them dearly. I'm always telling you, I'm babysitting. I got this one here. I have my nephews on the PipeBomb Podcast.
Oh, bitch, I know. I was just playing with you.
No, you weren't playing. That was shade. Listen, wasn't that shade? He was like, my kid with Jimmy vibes? I don't think so.
With Jimmy vibes going around the fireplace? I don't know.
Your kid will be popping and lit. Don't play.
Oh!
I'll send your kid home smart as hell.
Mm-hmm. With that New York ratchet accent of yours.
Please, bitch. Don't try me. And I ain't from New York.
Into it.
Get that right.
Let's get into it here. Let's talk about Extreme Rules. So Extreme Rules was this past Sunday. It was a pretty good pay-per-view. I enjoyed it.
I liked it. There were some matches that I was just like, yawn. Oh,
let's just do our... Oh, that echo's back.
It is. Go away. I think that's Jimmy James. He's mad.
Coming back from the dead.
I know. I buried you. Stay dead.
So what I was thinking is, instead of going through the entire show, let's just pick our top 3 matches that we enjoyed.
That sounds good.
All right, so I'll start with you, and I'll put myself on mute in case I'm that little echo coming in.
All right, my number 3, I'll probably say it was the Usos and Gallows and Anderson. I really liked that match.
I didn't watch that match.
Oh, you didn't? It was pretty good. I really enjoyed that match. And then my second favorite was probably the main event. I really loved the main event. I thought the main event was really good with Roman and AJ Styles. I liked it. And my number 1 was the Fatal 4-Way. My God, that match slayed. So that's my number 1.
Okay, yeah, we'll definitely get into the Fatal 4-Way. I want to kind of dissect that a little bit more. But my number 3, I actually really enjoyed Rusev versus Kalisto. I've really been liking that feud and that dynamic, and Rusev being the new United States champion. So I'm happy with that. And Lana Slade as well. My second match was Charlotte versus Natty, the submission match. A lot of fans are kind of shading a little bit, but it's you need to look at the direction of the storyline was going, and you need to look at both of their wrestling movesets together. A submission match was really good, and I really liked the dynamic they both had with each other. So, and the inclusion with Dana and everything, so we'll talk about that too. And of course, my number 1 was that Fatal 4-Way, hands down.
What was your least favorite?
Who is what?
What was your least favorite match?
The least favorite? I'd say... Well, I mean, I didn't watch the tag team match, and I kind of skimmed through the main event. So, I don't know.
My least favorite was Jericho and Dean Ambrose.
I knew you were going to say that.
I'm sorry, it was just a gimmick match if you haven't seen one. And Dean was just so boring. So freaking boring. I watched Extreme Rules with a couple of friends. And mind you, one of them pissed me off because he's not a wrestling fan. And
oh, God, what did that bitch say?
everything got to go his way. Because, like, on Sundays, right, we usually, story time, on Sundays, we usually do Game of Thrones at my place. So I was like, hey guys, I sent a text message in the group text. I was like, hey, Extreme Rules is a wrestling event on this week, blah, blah, blah. And I'm watching it live. And nonsense. So, obviously, I wanted to see Seth Rollins. Like, I knew something crazy was going to happen. I wanted to watch it live. So, I was like, so if you guys want to come over, I'm going to start watching Game of Thrones around, like, 11 o'clock. So, they were like, yeah, sure. And I was like, listen, you guys don't have to come for the full wrestling event. Because I know wrestling's 3 hours long. And if you're not really into wrestling, like, who wants to sit for 3 hours for something they're not into?
No, for real. Mitch passes out, like, every Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, so I said, come late, do whatever. So, these bitches show up at 7 o'clock early. And I was like, all right. So, we had some drinks, we smoked, we had dinner, and then the show comes on. We're watching the show, blah, blah, blah. Everybody's kiki. Cesaro comes on TV. They're all, like, mad at me, yelling at me. Oh, how come you never told us about him? He's fucking fine, bitch. What's wrong with you? Da-da-da-da-da. They're like, oh, you keep talking about the one without a job, and then you got this one with the fat ass. I was like, yeah, they were talking about Cesaro. They were in love with Cesaro. And it was funny because you know how Cesaro does the swing to Miz, and Miz's arms were all like wailing around like spaghetti arms. My friend was like, "Oh, that's how I want to be in the bedroom with him, just wailing around, bitch." I was dying. It was hilarious. So, anyways, like we get to like 10 o'clock after the women's match, and my friend's like, it was about. I remember the women's match completed around 10:25, and then the main event was starting up. So he's like, ahem. He clears out his throat. He's ahem. Mind you, throughout the whole show after Cesaro, the bitch has been on his phone, chit-chatting, bullshitting, Snapchat. And I'm like, yo, do you mind? Like, you're, like, annoying me. And he's like, oh, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, oh, we're going to watch Game of Thrones? Yeah, it's 10:25. I was like, listen, bitch, I told you 11 o'clock is when I'm putting on Game of Thrones. If you're not with it, there's the door. And I was like, because you're really getting on my nerves right now. And that's just the type of person I am. If you don't want to be somewhere, don't come to make me happy. Because that's when people come and they start to aggravate you. I want you to be here because you want to be here. Not because, oh, let me just do it because I don't want to hear Jim bitch about it. But he's sitting over there just complaining. Like, oh, put on Game of Thrones. Come on, it's getting late. Mind you, the bitch didn't have to work on Monday. I did. And I was like, yo, there is the door. Goodbye. I got up and I was like, I'll help you out. He's like, bitch, I don't need your help. And I was like, no, I was over it. And then he left, but my other friend stayed and we continued on watching. He's like, oh, that's him. He's being a bitch. He's always being a bitch. And he's the only child. So he's so bratty. So, anyways, he left. We finished. The main event was awesome. And then we watched Game of Thrones Final Cell. But that bitch just tried me.
Oh, he does not want to try it. That's messy.
Yeah, he's the one that never comes to wrestling events with me, but always wants me to go to EDM festivals and EDC and Electric Zoo and Mystery Land and Tomorrow World. I'm like, I'm not going to none of these motherfucking events until you at least go to like a house show with me. Like, are you kidding me? I'm like, And I asked him, oh, you want to go to WrestleMania next year? They're like, we have a festival that week. Go fuck yourself and that festival. Over it. But back to
oh my god, who the hell would pick a festival over WrestleMania?
Druggies.
Yeah, I suppose.
They're not druggies, but I'm just saying, like, they just love it. They love the culture. They love the colors. They love the music. They love the atmosphere. They love plurring. Like, I like that stuff, but it's not like, you guys know me, I'm more of the alternative. Gigi says that I live in a coffin. Like, Gigi was in the chat room trying to envision what my house looks like. She's like, are the walls black? Do you sleep in a coffin? I was like, bitch, you're trying it. But I do have a coffin that looks like a wallet. Actually, it is a coffin. Have you ever seen my wallet, Nick? Have I ever showed you it?
Bitch, no.
It's a coffin. So,
well, that doesn't surprise me.
She was close. But let's get back to wrestling.
Yes, let's get back to wrestling.
Dean,
let's talk about that Fatal 4-Way real quick.
No, hold on. Let me drag Dean real quick. So Dean comes on TV, and they were like, who is that? This is first impressions, people who've never watched wrestling don't even know who these people are. And, they're connected with Cesaro. They connected with Kevin Owens. They like Kevin Owens. They're like, oh my God, this fat guy can move. That's what I was like, oh my God, it's so annoying. And then Dean Ambrose comes out. They're like, who is that basic dude? I was like, that's Dean Ambrose. I was like, how do you guys feel about him? And because I wanted to know, I didn't want to give a biased opinion. And they were like watching the match. They're like, he's not giving me anything. He's boring. And then when he does that little turnbuckle thing, they're like, what was that? And I was like, yo, this is the things that I talk about on our podcast. And I was like, there's people who are non-wrestling fans would never understand what the fuck Dean Ambrose is doing in that ring. You know what I mean? Like, he is just all over the place. He was boring as hell. I felt bad for Jericho. Jericho had to, like, almost carry him throughout that whole match. You kept hearing Jericho trying to make it entertaining with his facial expressions and screaming out into the match. But the match was so dry. They literally sat there and got every single weapon off the top of the fucking cage. Every single one of those weapons came down except the fucking pot. I'm like, the pot is the whole reason for this whole asylum thing, because Dean hit him with the fucking pot. And I'm like, you guys pulled every last motherfucking weapon but the pot. The match was just whack. I'm sorry.
Did you not like the tax?
I mean, I've seen it with Mick Foley. Why? It's not going to excite me watching Dean Ambrose and Chris Jericho do it. I've seen it before. I've seen it countless times. So them pulling out that spot didn't, move me. It didn't. The match was terrible. I'm sorry. I didn't like it.
I don't know. To be fair, I'm not the biggest fan of Dean Ambrose, but you do sound a little biased.
You think so?
I think so, just because of your hatred for Dean. Because overall, the match, I know it was a gimmick match, but at the end of the day, I was entertained, and granted, like you said, it was probably due to Jericho, but I mean, Dean, he's not horrible. He's a decent worker. Yeah, he's very animated in a way that's not looking believable. And I guess, yes, from a first-time viewer, it's kind of like, who the fuck is this guy? But I don't know. I thought the gimmick match was fun. I did like the tax. I feel like that was a nice added touch that they added to it. And Jericho's, terrified look and, them kind of teasing moments of who's going in at each time. So, I don't know. I thought it was a good match.
I feel like that's when the excitement sparked in the match, is when the thumbtacks came out.
To be fair, that's the only part I remember.
Exactly, Nick, that's my point. It was just a cheap thrill. All right, we got to make something pop off in here.
But it's Extreme Rules, so they need a match type like that.
It's not only because Dean was, horrible to me or anything in the match. The whole thing was a mess, and I blame production. How the weapons were hanged up looked corny as fuck. It looked so corny. I didn't like how the cage was spray painted black. I mean, if you're gonna do an asylum, there shouldn't have been a door. They should have never put in a door on this cage. WWE creates these things. They have a
they should have created an entire new kind of cage.
Yes, it should. They should have had sections where weapons were.
Why couldn't they do an elimination chamber top, and then that's where all the weapons could hang off of?
They could have did something like that, or top the cage. You know what I mean? And make it a legit, almost like the Hell in the Cell, but a cage version. You know what I mean? They should have put a top on the cage and had the weapons dangling off there or something, or had the weapons in the corner somewhere. But to hang off it just visually it looked retarded. I hate using that word. It looked stupid. It looked less than smart. This looks unrealistic. It looks unbelievable. Really, who's gonna hang a fucking pot over this? Really? I was over it. And then the bucket, the red bucket, I was like, what is this plastic bucket gonna do? And then that's where the thumbtacks were. And then they had the Kendall stick hanging there. I was just a mop nonsense. The leather strap
with the barbed wire. They granted, I do agree with that. They had way too many items, and
the leather strap was a joke. It looked like a big rubber band. I was like, what is that?
I'm fast. Let's move on, though. I don't want to drag.
I know. I went in. But, I don't know. I just wasn't feeling the match. Sorry,
guys. I do agree, though. I feel like that's probably the least favorite of my matches, looking back on it now. Granted, I didn't watch the tag team match.
But what I will say is, I was excited to see this match because it was an asylum thing. That's maybe my expectations were high. because I was just like, oh, this is a different match. We never seen something like this. Remember when the Punjabi prison match was announced? I was like, what the fuck is that? And then they came out with that sick ass set. I was like, damn, that's pretty cool. I was like, I really like this. And then, so I kind of got excited for an Asylum. And then that's what I got. Wah, wah.
No, I hear ya.
Yeah.
Kind of a letdown. But let's move on to our women. Charlotte versus Natty for the women's championship in a submission match. So, what were your thoughts?
I liked the match. Match. I felt like I thought it was a strong match. I feel like the girls worked well together. Come on, Natty and Charlotte worked super, super well together. And it wasn't the best, the greatest women's match I've ever seen in my life, because like it was just booked a certain way for the story, and I understand that. And some fans are less than smart, and they just feel like they're supposed to get 5-star matches all the time, and it's supposed to be hard hitting. It's supposed to be a Sasha and Bayley match every time, unless if it's not a Sasha and Bayley match, they're not feeling it to that hype. So I appreciated the match. I liked the match. It wasn't boring. I was thoroughly entertained. But what I did love was when Ric Flair's theme song hit up, and then I see that whole big booty Ric Flair. I was like, what is that mess? And then all of a sudden, when they turned around, it was Dana Brooks ripping off the wig and taking off, and then she revealed that hot attire that I fucking love. I love that attire. If you guys don't like it, bitch, boo-bye. I'm here for it. And then she ran down there. She distracted Natty. And then Charlotte got Natty into a submission hold. So I liked it. And I loved all the technical submission holds that the women were putting each other in. I saw a lot of new combinations from Natty. I saw a lot of new things from Charlotte. So I liked it. I respected it. I liked the match. It was a good match for the Women's Championship. I liked it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it too. Just kind of going back to the moves and stuff. I liked Charlotte when she hit the moonsault and then immediately afterwards went into that half Boston Crab. I was like, yes, bitch.
Did she landed it too softly for you again? Or was it?
No, it was good.
It was you who complained about it last time, right?
No, wasn't me.
I think it was Sam. Sam.
It was either Sam or Tom, because he complains about fucking everything.
No, I think if he's on a show. This was definitely Sam. Shade!
Shade.
This was Sam, because I remember we were talking about how she lands like a piece of paper, and I was like, it's because she's like a gymnast and she's so used to doing backflips and tucks and all that shit, so she just lands too safely, I feel like. But she nailed this one, but it was not as effective. Like when she lands it, I want her to sell it a little more with her landing. So I could see what Sam was saying, especially in this match, but everybody does their moonsault differently. So. I liked
it though, and I mean, she looked beautiful. That's probably my favorite outfit of hers.
I know, I love that color on her.
Oh, she just looks like a champion.
She does.
So good. And let's go back to Dana and her new outfit. Like, I agree too. I like it. Her previous one, it made her look a little spotty at times, but this one makes her kind of like bring back her powerlifting background, and like I love the open back, and like when you really look at the detail, like the leggings that go in with it, and kind of the lace and the purple, it's so cute. So.
It's a very feminized version of Mark Henry's gear, because you know how Mark Henry does the weightlifting and all of that good stuff, and then you have Big E, who used to not Big E, what's his face? Yeah, the big guy. Whatever. Anyways, it's more like it's like a lifter look, and I love how she feminized it with the back is all open, and I like that she's covered up. And I know some of the people in the group are like, oh, I don't like that she's covered up. I was like, it's okay. Like I don't need to see Dana. Dana Brooke got some big old boobies. I don't need to see them all the time. I don't. I love that she's covered up. She showed a little booty. She shows a lot of leg, and her back is exposed. I think it's sexy. I think it's simple. I love the color. I can't wait to see it in red, because Dana Brooke looks amazing in red. I can't wait to see it in black. I can't wait to see it in pink. Like all kinds of colors. Blue, with her being a flare, like the one that she wore. I love it. And her hair looked great. I like the platinum blonde. She looks like she's main roster ready. She really does.
She's been like slaying it since she's been up on the main roster, and I really feel like she's one of those girls. Like I keep going back to when you compared her to Charlotte, like coming up to the main roster and just learning and adapting so quickly. Like she's really taking the ball and rolling with it.
You see how quickly she found her spot on the main roster? It's great. And you know what?
Especially considering after the whole Emma thing, like they could have just been like, fuck, well, sorry.
You know what got me thinking? I was like, remember when Nick, I hate to do this to you, but remember back in the day when when she was part of the Adam Rose train back
Oh,
in
Jesus.
NXT. But listen, I'm just gonna explain something. Not bad. But remember, you used to make a comment like, "Oh, she's always in the camera and da 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 this, that, and the third." Like you just hated, like you always draw your attention was drawn to her.
Yeah.
That's just the type of person she is when she's not, because she's bigger than the other woman. She has muscles. You could tell that this girl is like stacked. So when you like, she commands presence. Even when she was out there with Charlotte, when she came out for on Extreme Rules, I was just like, damn, Dana Brooks commanding that presence after the match when Charlotte won and celebrated. I couldn't keep my eyes off of Dana Brooks.
Her little dance was great.
Yeah, like everybody was talking. Like there were so many memes, especially when Monday Night Raw, when Charlotte was walking with her and Flair, and then they were doing the straw, and then Charlotte just walked ahead. It was like,
Did you see that tweet I retweeted on her account?
yeah, I think that's what I'm talking about. When she's like, "Oh, screw this! Like, I got time for this mess."
It was like, yeah, y'all, you can do that. And she just like pushes herself out of the way.
I don't know, but I love what they've been doing with Dana Brooks. I'm so proud of her. She's come a long way, and she's fought off a lot of haters, and now she's just winning. She's winning, and I'm glad. I'm happy.
I'm so excited to see what's going to happen in the future with her. But I guess kind of transitioning into that, let's just talk about what happened on Monday Night Raw
sure.
with Charlotte and Dana and Ric Flair. So there wasn't a women's match, but they did say that they wanted to address the women's championship. So Charlotte comes out with Dana and Rick, and they look great together. I love Dana and Charlotte in the black. They just look so hot together.
They did the shoes, that whole outfit.
I love Charlotte's shoes. I was like, oh, Mitchie, look at those.
Charlotte just looks like a fucking champion. She looks like a beast, and she looks like she will whip a bitch's ass. And I can't wait until they start booking her like that after what happened.
Oh, yeah. So anyways, they announce she thanks Dana for making the right decision and going towards her. And Dana's kind of like sucking up to her. And Rick is like, there wouldn't be a Dana Brooke without Charlotte, and kind of just kissing his daughter's ass. And then that's when things kind of go for a little bit of a turn. And Charlotte just has a Charlotte pipe bomb on her father. So what did you think of how she kind of berated her dad? And we did talk about this on the show, I think 2 weeks ago, thinking that it was maybe a bit too soon for this. But with the full schedule that Rick has been following, it does kind of make sense for him to be dropped now, especially after Charlotte did win sort of by herself. So what do you think, though?
I love the Flairs together. Everybody knows that. I didn't want them together to begin with, but I loved what they did. And you know what? It happened. I enjoyed it, and I'm ready to move on. And you know why? The way Charlotte delivered that fucking segment was everything. From the crowd wanting her, she put them together first of all before she even got to her father.
You what me one more time?
Yeah, she's like, do it again, do it again. I was like, yes, like she just went from top to like just a fucking champion. Like I don't know how else to describe this woman. It's not only is she a female athlete, she's a star in this fucking company. She's valuable, especially with her on that microphone, the way that she was talking to her dad, and she was like, what, are you gonna cry? You better cry. She's like, I don't give a damn. And I love the line that, you haven't been there for 30 years of my life. I've seen you on TV. Now you can go home and watch me on TV. I was like,
and I loved how she's
yes.
like, oh, everybody says I'm Ric Flair's daughter. Well, now you're just Charlotte's dad.
Yeah, I love that.
And I was like, oh, bitch.
Yo, she really cut deep into him. And you know, Ric Flair always cries and he's emotional.
Oh my God, that was so sad.
I felt so bad for him. I was like, yo, Charlotte, you are a bitch, girl. But I love it. The fans hate her.
Especially because you know how much he loves Charlotte.
Yeah.
Like he always praises her and just gets emotional for her all the time, regardless. So when she was ripping him a new one, it really felt like his heart was breaking.
It's amazing. It's just so...
And there was another retweet that I did on the account. It was like, oh God, it sounds like I'm overhearing a conversation in the mall that I should not be listening to.
I saw that. That was funny. But like it was just so good. And then like I'll go back. Oh, can you mute me for a second, Nick? All right, I'll go back to when oh fuck, I just forgot what I was gonna say. Fuck, I hate when that happens.
Oh fuck, sorry.
Damn it. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I was just gonna say it was kind of I didn't really see it coming, especially with the new duo of Dana and Charlotte. But now she's kind of swapped Rick out and now has Dana in her place. So I think it will be interesting to see the dynamic there and the kind of direction where the feud will go now, leading into leading into Money in the Bank. So.
All right, I remember what I was gonna say now.
Okay.
I remember when Charlotte was coming from NXT and the whole rumors that they were gonna put her together with her father, and I was just like, oh no, I don't want that. I don't want that. That's the wrong move. You know what? I was wrong. WWE was completely right to put her with her father. Like, I'll admit it. It was the best idea because look at the heat she's getting now. After putting them together and to have her turn around, this is exactly what you said you wanted.
I know, I was just going to bring that up. I mentioned this a while ago.
Yeah.
Like, this is what the direction
she was
should
still
be.
on NXT when you mentioned this.
Yeah, and the fact that like, her ego just keeps building and building and building now that she feels she's better than her dad. She doesn't need him anymore. And to get rid of him. And now she has. So it will be really good for those haters out there that was like, oh, she always has her father. She can never win without her father, blah, blah, blah. So it will be good to see Charlotte as that dominant champion. Yeah, she'll probably still have a little bit of help from Dana Brooke, but it's like at the end of the day, she's a heel champion. That's what happens.
And, like, to my defense, though, I felt like they were going to make them baby faces. That's why I was like, I don't want that because Ric Flair's so over. I don't want Charlotte to come with the woo-woo-woo with her dad. But and then they made them bad guys, so that's why I fell in love with it.
Well, they tried it in the first place, and it flopped, so.
Because they try to make Paige the bad guy, and Paige is so loved. Like, it's not going to happen. But when it comes to Dana Brooks and her alliance with Charlotte, I don't think this is anybody's typical alliance. I don't think it's going to last long. I think Dana Brooks is being strategic. I think she's being smart, and she's trying to fit herself because WWE higher-ups are clearly into Dana Brooke right now.
Oh, yeah, they really like her.
They like her. Because she's on all these segments, backstage segments. She's had all these wins already. 2 wins already? And she's had multiple backstage segments.
She's had 3 wins already.
3 wins. Backstage segments. I feel like on every show, Dana Brooks is backstage or in some kind of segment. She's already been on a pay-per-view. So, clearly they're high on Dana Brooke. So, I feel like Dana Brooke could be that filler before Sasha Banks comes in. That's the only thing I could look at.
It would be interesting to kind of see Charlotte just, like, still her ego's so self-absorbed. She's the best bitch there is. And Dana kind of just be like, yeah, girl, yes, girl. And then just kind of snatch her and be like, actually, no, I am. So it would be a nice kind of settled feud to go into maybe Battleground.
Because think about it. Dana Brooke can be like, you know what? You needed your dad that whole time to fucking win, bitch. And then you needed me when your dad
Yeah, you needed me.
So now that you don't got me, I got you, bitch. I'm taking that belt. You know what I mean? Like, she set herself, and it would be so smart for them to book Dana Brooks like that. She would go over the moon. But then again, it's like 2 heels being booked together. I was just gonna
say though, it would be kind of refreshing to have 2 heels going up against each other.
Why not? Why can't 2 heels hate each other? Like,
exactly.
Like,
so,
Kevin
and
Owens does it
two mean girls. Nothing's better than 2 mean girls going at it.
Exactly. So why not? I'll do it. But
I'd like to see that, but I'd like to see them hold off until after Money in the Bank for that.
So what do you think is going to go on with Money in the Bank regarding the Women's Championship?
Yeah, let's do a little prediction real quick, and then we'll go into the Money in the Bank qualifiers that happened on Monday as well. Well, I think they're still going to include Natty in this at some point, because it's like, yeah, she did lose, she did tap out, but Dana Brooks kind of fucked her over. So I feel like at Money in the Bank, we're going to potentially get a tag team match. So we'll have Becky and Natty versus Dana and Charlotte. I don't feel like Charlotte necessarily needs to defend her title at Money in the Bank.
She doesn't.
No, so I feel like that would be a nice little tag team match, and then maybe Dana snatch her afterwards.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking Charlotte's not going to have a match on Money in the Bank. Because they made a mention that she's shout out to my girl. She's been on 11 pay-per-views, consecutive pay-per-views.
And if you include 2 specials, 14. Or 13, sorry.
Oh, wow, damn. So no woman's ever done that. Not even Trish, not even Lita. So shout out to Charlotte. Because she's the real fucking deal. I've been saying that for the longest time. She's not only a female athlete, she's a star of this company. So, I feel like I read a lot of rumors. There's a lot of word going on backstage. I read it on dirt sheets that they're really talking about this women's Money in the Bank match. They're really high on. I don't see it happening. This is something that I can't predict it. It just has to happen. You know what I mean? For me to believe it. Because I don't believe the rumors. I feel like they're just teasing us.
I don't see us getting one this year.
I don't see us getting one yet. Like, I understand it's the women's revolution and all that, but I don't see it happening this year. I hope it's not that tag match that you're saying. Like, I feel like that tag match can happen on Raw.
Oh, absolutely. But I feel like that's... I mean, yeah, it would be great to have a Money in the Bank match, but I did hear rumors of Sasha being injured as well.
Yeah, with the concussion.
So it would... she would initially be my first ever Miss Money in the Bank.
Well, Sasha's like they said that. Well, what happened with Sasha Banks is that she was at a live show. If you guys don't know, she was at a live show and the referee accidentally kneed her in the head, and I guess it was like a really big blow. Like, come on, ref! Like, you know what? Here's another thing with WWE. You guys need to cut down on the live shows. Too many of your top athletes are getting injured at the live shows. Cool it down. Like, they don't need to wrestle on these random days, especially the big stars. Don't put them on those shows. Don't. Maybe here and there, not consecutive routes. Because look at what happened to Emma. Look at what happened to Sasha. Seth got injured in November at a house show. Bray Wyatt got injured at a house show. It's just too much. Like, cut it down. You got to cut it down. It's too much. Too many people getting hurt. But it's a concussion. Enzo just got back from his concussion. It takes like 3 weeks or something like that. So I think Sasha will be good. I think they're trying to prolong it, make it longer than what it seems, so we could get that surprise. Because I noticed WWE likes to do that shit. So they like to feed the dirt sheets and put out all this bullshit. So I don't think Sasha's going to be out that fucking long. I really don't.
No, I'd like to see them kind of hold off on Sasha until the month leading into SummerSlam.
So after Money in the Bank.
After Battleground, even.
No.
I mean, I love Sasha. You know me. I'm like, she's my favorite wrestler. But it's like, at the end of the day, we don't really need her in this title picture right now. Kind of let her cool off. They're still kind of working on Becky being the underdog type thing. So it's like keeping her in the limelight would be fun. And then this whole Dana Charlotte thing, I feel like they could kind of roll with that until Sasha comes back.
Definitely.
So yeah, let's go to the Money in the Bank qualifiers though, because it was pretty interesting. So I'm not going to go talk about every single match. I'm just going to talk about the people qualified. So Chris Jericho is qualified. He beat Apollo Crews, which I'm happy. I'm actually happy Jericho is still in the limelight and still getting some attention. Kevin Owens, he beat AJ Styles in the main event, which I'm so happy about. And honestly, he is my pick to win Money in the Bank this year. We had Cesaro and we had Sami Zayn as well. So we had those four so far qualify. So what did you think of those four, and who do you think the two other ones will be?
It better not be Ziggler.
No. Oh god, no.
I think my pick to win. At first I was thinking they were going to give it to Styles, but Styles is busy. He's in a whole nother storyline. It gotta be Owens. Gotta be.
Oh, it has to be.
That main event was sick as hell. Did you watch that main event?
I did.
It was good. I'm going Owens. I want Owens to win it.
I'm going with Owens too. He's my favorite male superstar, hands down. Like I love everything about him. Like how he's chirping Michael Cole on commentary all the time. He's like, "Shut up, Cole! I can hear you from here."
Yeah, I love it. But I don't know who else. Who else do you think is going to qualify?
I have two predictions. The fifth entry I feel is going to be Rusev.
Okay.
I feel like they need to, since Miz tried to qualify and he didn't end up winning, I feel like the Intercontinental title will be defended at Money in the Bank, but I don't feel both titles need to be defended. So I'd put Rusev in the Money in the Bank. And he's never been in one before, so it would be kind of good to have him involved. And unfortunately, I'm going to say John Cena, because he's returning next week. I'm trying to think of what they're going to do with him storyline-wise.
I think Cena's going to be in a match with Rusev at Money in the Bank for the United States
You think so?
Yes, and I think Cena's going to win the belt. I think that's
don't do that.
You know what? I don't mind if they put the belt
back.
Bitch,
Rusev just won that.
I know, but I feel like I don't mind if they put the belt back on Cena because I like the open challenge.
Yeah, I do, because he just returned and he already squashed poor Rusev's dreams of being United States champion a year ago, so he doesn't need to do it the first month that he wins it. So
no, I don't think he's gonna win it right away. I think he might win it like at Battleground or something. I just feel like he's gonna
okay. I thought you meant he beats him at Money in the Bank. I was like, oh fuck.
I feel like a program's gonna start with Rusev and Cena again.
Okay, I could potentially see that. And so who would you have then?
because I heard that they're trying to keep Cena away from the title picture because it's the new era.
Right.
So I don't think Cena is going to be in the Money in the Bank. And plus, that's too much wear and tear for somebody like Cena. He has too many mileage on his body.
That's true. What about
Maybe
Baron
Corbin. Yeah, I'm thinking Corbin might be in the match, but then again, he's not as experienced, and he's
That's
kind
what
of
I was
green.
thinking.
So it would kind of be awkward to get him in there. Oh, I feel like we're forgetting somebody.
I would love to have Kalisto in there, to be honest.
I could
He's
see
kind of
Kalisto.
that high flying person that they generally put in these matches each year, like the Evan Bourne or the Sin Cara or like the Neville. So
I don't know. Well, I'll just have to see on SmackDown.
we'll have to. Well, this week on SmackDown we have 2 title matches actually. So we have Cesaro versus Miz, and we have Rusev versus Kalisto.
I love fucking Miz and Maryse.
Oh my god, me too. They're amazing together.
I was screaming when he won, and like my friends were all going for Cesaro.
Did you see the pre-show?
No, I didn't. I missed it.
Oh my god. Okay, you need to go look online. Listeners, you as well, if you haven't seen this. JoJo's interviewing Miz and Maryse before his match. And anyway, he does like his kind of acting ability things. So Maryse is like, action! And like they put on this like very inspirational music, and he's like looking up, and he's like pledging that he'll win this match. And it's like so over the top, but it's so perfect. Like,
he's such a good character.
Oh my god, I'm definitely getting behind Miz, and I can't believe I'm saying that.
I know. And then I remember Gigi was shading him. Can he ever get over alone? And then we had that whole debate. Not everybody can, and it's okay. It's okay. Some people fit better.
Oh my god, he was... Sorry, I'm just going back. He was like talking about all the roles he competed in and being compelling and stuff like that. He was talking about the Marie, and he's like, my role on Table for 3, acting interested in R-Truth and Curtis Axel.
That's so funny.
Oh my god.
I love Miz. He's very spunky. He has a lot of personality. He's charismatic. And his wife just compliments him. So it was the right move for him. I'm like, Miz works well with other people. He just does. And some people are like that. Like, same with Rusev. Rusev and Lana is just gold.
What do you think? Who do you think he's going to face at Money in the Bank then?
Miz? Gee. I don't know. Maybe he might not have a match. Maybe they'll have a segment.
I think they'll put him in a match.
With who though? Who's?
Well,
I was thinking Cesaro and him might get in the program, but Cesaro's in the Money in the Bank.
So what I was thinking, kind of taking your idea and having Cena come back and challenge Miz for the IC belt, and keep Rusev in the Money in the Bank. I don't know.
We'll just have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait and see, but yeah, that's exciting. I love Money in the Bank. That's one of my favorite pay-per-views.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
But let's go on to what? Oh, I was so happy to see my bae return. The Messiah of wrestling, Seth Rollins, returned at Extreme Rules, took out Roman Reigns, and held his rightfully WWE World Heavyweight Championship above his head. So I'm so excited to see him back. He looked so hot. I loved how he played the crowd up, trying to come in as a babyface, and then just turned a 180 on them. And I actually prefer Seth Rollins as a heel. Like, I figured bringing him back after this injury, he would be super over as a babyface. But he's so entertaining as a heel that I'd like to keep him in that aspect. And they're going to cheer him regardless if he's going to be facing Roman. So
yeah, he's definitely getting cheered. He looked so fucking cute. Those pants.
So hot.
Ay, mommy. Woo! Seth is back. And I told everybody on the PipeBomb Podcast that he's going to come back and he's going to snatch everybody's favorite. It's true. Seth is just fucking Seth Rollins. He's the shit. Period. He's fun to watch. He's entertaining. He puts on great matches. He's great looking.
He's hot as fuck.
And he's a great talker, and he's conniving. Like, he's just a good character. Like, I love the backstage segment when he saw Stephanie after his interview with Renee. He's like, hey! He walked over to give her a hug, and she was like, no, it's not like how it used to be around here. We can't. Like, our relationship is strictly business now. Blah, blah, blah. So this is just going to build with Triple H when Triple H comes back, because I liked how Seth hit the pedigree and all that bullshit on Roman Reigns. So...
Oh, sorry. Can you just keep going? My phone's just ringing.
Okay. So I think this is, with Seth coming back, I think this whole Roman thing is just gonna lead into Triple H's comeback. I really do. I believe that. It's I don't know. I'm so happy that he's back though, and like it was a bit of a surprise. But Seth Rollins is back pretty early. He was supposed to be back in like August, so he's back 3 months earlier. So and coming back from a knee injury, that's kind of scary because they say once your knee goes out, that's one of the hardest things to rehab and come back 100%. So I hope he's good. I hope that CrossFit kicks in for him because if his knee goes out again, it's just gonna fucking suck. It's gonna suck ass. So hopefully he's all healed up and they didn't rush his ass back. But I'm glad to see him and I love the interactions with him and Roman Reigns. I thought that was great. And you know what? I feel like Roman's more comfortable when he's working with Seth Rollins because I feel like those two, they have a lot of history. They're good friends. So I also liked how they were shit-talking each other on Monday Night Raw when Roman came out and interrupted him and Seth was outside and they were just like back-talking each other. I like that. And Roman looked like he was like really pissed. Like this guy...
Oh my god, I love when Seth got out of the ring and he was like, no, not on your time anymore. It's on Seth Rollins' time, baby.
Yeah. He's like, this is my show. I was like, yes. But like, I kind of saw like the story unfold, and then I love how they're saying that they announced the match for Money in the Bank, and this is a WrestleMania match, which they're billing as because it was the original planned WrestleMania match for this year was Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. So they're doing it at Money in the Bank. But I see all the history and all the drama. So when I saw Roman Reigns like really like, you know, they were like exchanging words with each other, I was like, no, this is good because there's history behind between the both of them, and there's bad blood. So I'm excited for this match. And Roman puts on good matches.
Oh, sorry, what'd you say?
I said I feel like Roman puts on good matches. I don't think he's
terrible.
I
do too. I was just going to say I feel he puts on his best matches with Seth Rollins.
I agree. And he did an amazing job with AJ Styles at Extreme Rules. I love the match. So if anybody out there they hate on Roman Reigns, like I understand when it comes to him on the mic, but I love him as a worker in the ring. I think he's entertaining.
Yeah, you can't take his work away from him.
I like it.
But yeah, so I'm definitely excited to see that matchup, and I feel like this is, like you mentioned earlier, it's going to lead into the Triple H Seth Rollins feud. So I can maybe see that happening at this year's SummerSlam.
I could see it too. Or maybe I think it's going to be Triple H and Shane, but I think Seth Rollins is going to be a part of it. He's going to.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Because they can still lead to the Triple H Shane match, but I mean, who knows? They may even hold that off till Mania.
Well, we're gonna see what happens.
Or maybe they could hold off on Seth and Triple H till next year's Mania.
Yeah, they could definitely do that.
Because I would actually prefer to see Shane versus Triple H at SummerSlam this year. Mm-hmm. And then maybe keep Seth in the title picture going into SummerSlam. And I know you'll hate this, but a Shield triple threat match would be pretty interesting. Because like Dean Ambrose has been picking up solid wins over the past couple months. So
I wouldn't mind a triple threat match between the members of the Shield.
That'd be fun.
I just couldn't with that match, Nick. It was the match.
No, I hear you, but it's like regardless, though, you just can't with Dean regardless.
He's my favorite because I feel like his character doesn't fit in with the PG era. Like you look at Seth Rollins, it's just like money. Oh, bad guy. This, that, and the third. You look at Roman Reigns, he's the guy. You either love him or you hate him. And then you look at Dean Ambrose, he just doesn't. People love him, but he's a lunatic and he's supposed to do crazy things. And then it doesn't connect.
He doesn't even really do crazy things
either.
Doesn't
connect. So why call him a lunatic? That's why it doesn't connect.
What a mess. Let's not get on to him though.
I can't. I don't want to bash the guy.
Gigi's gonna come up through the river and drag you through. But yeah. Oh, speaking of the river, that's a good time to talk about it. We have a couple of new inductees in there. Have you put them in yet, James?
No, I haven't. But we have Dean Ambrose is in the river. He's going in there. We have who else was it? Val Venus.
We have Val Venus. We have Jim Cornette.
Yep. And there was one.
Didn't somebody? Oh, Sid Vicious.
Sid Vicious, yeah, he tried me too.
He tried you about Cameron.
Yeah, but that's who we got going in the river. Do you have anybody else in mind? Is there someone who's sparked your interest?
Nobody's really jumping off the page right now.
I don't know.
We'll keep him in there. I don't know, Matt Hardy, but I don't pay much attention to him.
Oh my God, TNA and that messy ass show.
Messy. Yeah, I was thinking probably just TNA in general. I'm still trying to advocate to put the whole company in there.
There's some people in TNA I like. Did we cover everything that happened on TV? I think we did.
I think, yeah, we covered everything.
Now, can we talk about who's left WWE? Cody Rhodes.
Oh, poor Cody Rhodes.
How do you feel about him asking for his release?
I feel like it was a good time to ask for his release. I feel like him and Eden are kind of ready to start a family. Like, that's just my on it. I was talking to them personally, so.
Well, I read that Corey wanted out of the Stardust gimmick, but Vince McMahon and a lot of higher ups backstage were like hell bent that he's gonna stick in that Stardust gimmick.
Why though?
I don't know. They wanted him to stay Stardust, and I'm like, they're so fucking stupid. I'm like, he is Dusty Rhodes' son. And Dusty passed away. They did all these things for Dusty Rhodes. Why not let his son come out and show his face and wrestle as a Rhodes and represent his family? They did the same thing with Mr. Perfect's son, they
Curtis.
call him Curtis. They call him McGillicuddy. Like, what the fuck is a McGillicuddy? And they won't let him come out as hitting. Like, it's just a mess. And the same shit happens to Cody Rhodes. And who else? It was Wade Barrett. Wade Barrett sent out a tweet to Cody, saying that this is one of my best friends backstage, and I tip my hat off to you for walking away. Like, like saying, no, absolutely not. I'm just going to
Because that's what Barrett did as well.
Yeah, that's what he did. And that's what Ryback's doing. And that's Ryback was fighting for his boys. Like, these guys, they're all friends. And, like, people think, like, they try to bash Ryback for what he said. And then they're like, oh, but he wasn't doing this. You did that, Nick. And I'm like, listen, bitch. These are his friends. He's not only... You act like these guys don't sit backstage, play cards or video games, and talk about what's going on at work. Everybody, your coworkers... me and my coworker, we sit together, we bitch about the job all day, every day. People sit together with their coworkers and bitch because they're not happy. And clearly, Barrett wasn't happy, Cody wasn't happy, and Ryback wasn't happy.
Cameron wasn't happy.
I know. So, Cody, I wish you the best. And you left on your terms. I feel like the door will be open for you. You're a Rhodes. WWE will welcome you back with open arms. But at this point, if you want to go and start a family, but your wife, that leads me to the question, what's Eden going to do? What's going to happen with Eden?
Well, I was kind of under the impression that she was going to leave with him. But she did do the announcing for Extreme Rules. So it is like, I guess maybe she's just going to run out her contract, perhaps. I don't know.
She's probably going to wait a little bit.
Yeah, maybe wait a little bit more. But I safe to say she'll be gone this year.
But this isn't the first time that Eden left WWE. If you guys remember, she left WWE a couple of years ago, and then she came back. I think she left for a couple of months, got married, and then she came back on the road.
She can't. Well, she left because she wanted
to start a swim line.
Open up her own swimsuit line thing, and that flopped. And then she got together with Cody Rhodes, and then came back. So
well, she's been dating him.
She wasn't dating him when she left. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, she was.
Bitch, no, she was not.
She wasn't? Are you sure?
No, he was dating Layla. I'm pretty sure back in the day.
That was back in the day. Him and Eden has only been married for 2 years now, and Eden left WWE almost 4 years ago. She's been
she left in 2009, I think.
Yeah, they've been dating. They've been dating for a while. He's not gonna just marry the girl. You think he woke up and said, "I'm gonna marry her because she's pretty"?
Who knows?
They definitely had something.
I know it's not her personality.
But can we talk about Miss Cameron?
Yes, let's talk about Ariane. The Cameron is no more.
What's going on with Miss Ariane? Miss Ariane Andrews.
Well, I haven't actually listened to it yet, but she did sit down with Stone Cold Steve Austin on his podcast and actually talked about her career and talked about where she's going in the future, what really happened backstage, all of her thoughts, the people backstage, everything like that. So apparently, you know what Miss Ariane's like, so it should be pretty juicy. So I definitely want to check that out.
She doesn't hold back.
No. And so far from what I'm seeing on her Instagram and her Twitter, she's been very positive and kind of like a breath of fresh air looks into her now that she's out. I know that she was extremely frustrated with her position, so it's good to see her kind of doing her own thing now, and we'll see where she goes. And like you, James, I'm going to support her, whatever she does in the future, because I'm not a big fan, but I was a fan of her towards the end of her career, when I really seen her picking up her boots and really showing her passion for it. And it's just kind of sad to see, like Damian Sandow and other talents that were released. It's just sad. But speaking of another talent that was released, finally, Adam Rose has been officially released by WWE. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, he kind of shit the bed on that one, kind of made his own bed on that one. So
he fucked up from the...
Yeah, dig your grave, you have to lay in it. And it's sad. I did meet him, actually, in person when we went to that live event. And, I mean, he seemed like a nice guy, but it's just... it's unfortunate to see, and it's like he seemed like he was under a lot of stress, and you guys already covered that on the show prior to. So unfortunate to see him go. We'll see if he continues in the wrestling business. I could see TNA picking him up or Ring of Honor or somewhere. So
I can't wait for this Cameron interview.
I know. I actually want to go listen to it.
I'm gonna listen to it tomorrow.
But yeah, I think that was about all I had.
Sounds good.
Sounds like a pretty good show. Let's go into the plug that I was going to talk about earlier.
Yeah.
So, listeners, we need your help once again. It's getting around that time of year. We are going to do another special with your guys' help. We are doing Keeping Up with the Shade. It is the special...
special.
The visual special. Following what's happened with Behind the Shade since then. So, we had so much... success with Behind the Shade and a lot of interaction with you guys. So now we need your guys' help again. Gigi is going to set up an Ask FM. You can even ask us questions on our official Twitter, on our official YouTube comments. I'll kind of keep track of all the questions because we just want your help. We want some fun questions. We want some kind of hard-hitting questions if you have any, because we're going to incorporate that in with Keeping Up with the Shade.
Yeah. Another shady ass video where Gigi gets to drag wrestlers.
And you know what? I'm just going to say now, Behind the Shade, I was a little prim and proper. I looked back and watched, so I am no filter on this one.
Okay, Brandy Glanville.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take out my earrings, pass them over to Sam.
You're gonna be thotting and botting in this one.
Oh, hell yeah.
Are you going to shake your ass on camera like Sam?
No. I'm too classy for that.
Oh. Are you going to talk about all the wrestlers
that's you want to bang? Sam's gimmick.
Are you going to talk about all the wrestlers you want to bang like Tom?
Next question.
Well, Nick, this has been super fun. Sorry, listeners, I know it's a super short show this week, but me and Nick have prior engagements, but we wanted to come on here and give you guys a little something this week, because, TPP's been on a roll lately, and we want to keep up with the trend.
Yeah, we want to keep it going, and I just wanted to thank you guys again for all the support you guys have been giving us, and smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't. We really want to reach those subscriptions that 300 level, so definitely help us out there. And Jimmy Vibes, where can people follow you on social media if they want to chat with you, shade you, try to come for you?
You can try. You can find me at Jimmy Vibes _ on Twitter.
Oh, that's it? You're not giving out your IG?
I never do. I feel like... who knows? It's the same shit. It's just Jimmy Vibes, no _ And some of the listeners are smart enough to put 2 and 2 together. Ooh, I tried it.
I'm at those listeners.
I love you guys. I love you all. Even the ones that are less than smart, I love you all.
Oh, there's one specific listener that always comments, and it's always a negative comment. Do you know that?
About who? About me?
No, it's about just something with the show, one of our comments, or something he always disagrees with it. And I commented one day, I was like, damn! I called him by his name. I was like, do you ever just comment and say something positive?
Really? I never noticed. I haven't noticed. And I usually read the comments. Maybe I didn't take it as shade.
Oh, it's been shady, but I don't know. I haven't seen him.
That's what the comment box is for. Say whatever the fuck you want.
Say what you want, but just remember.
I'm for say what you want.
Just remember, I'll be coming in there.
Exactly. Just be ready for me to come and snatch you up. Ask Gigi, ask Tom. I let them say whatever they want, but they better be ready for me in that group text because I'll say it back. Nick, I'll go all day.
You go all day with James if you can let him. But if you want to follow me on social media, you can find me on Twitter at PrincePipeBomb. You can find me on Instagram at PrincePipeBomb and Tumblr at TPP Prince. So
Jesus, that's just a lot. That's why I only give out my Twitter because I can't think of all of that.
Girl, I always forget my Tumblr, but and nobody follows me on that shit anyway. So, and if you want to follow us on our official Twitter account, you can follow us at _RealPipeBomb and our Instagram at the PipeBomb Podcast.
There you go. That's it.
Boom.
Done.
Yes. Oh, and stay tuned for our top 5 TNA special that we had planned with Brandy and Sam. I believe we did it a while ago. We're just kind of getting the audio sorted out, but that will be out for you guys shortly. And yeah, stay tuned because we have a lot coming up in the future.
Yeah, it's only late because we're having some issues with the audio, but I think we fixed the issue, so it should be out sometime this week. Definitely.
And we're definitely looking for some retweets from our ladies on there. So.
Yes, we got some good surprises on this one.
Yes, we do. All right, James, it's been real. Thank you.
It's been real. See you later.
All right, bye.
Toodaloo.